G'day, I'm Matt and welcome back to Disc Golf Down Under. Today I'm going to be looking at my top 10 recommendations for buying disc golf gear down under. So before we get started, we have a very exciting giveaway in this video as well, thanks to one of our top 10 places. So if you want to be in it to win it, make sure you watch the video until the end. So this is my top 10 recommendations based on where I live in Sydney. They're not in any particular ranked order. They are starting locally and then moving out into the wide world. So the prices, the shipping times, etc. are based on my location in Sydney. If you are living in Upper Mugumba, in Outback Australia, then you may find different times and different costs. So just take that into account. Likewise, if I've missed anyone, and that's possible, please leave a comment down below and let everyone know. Starting off with number one, it's probably best if you make contact with your local club and have a chat to them, especially if you're starting off in disc golf. You'll find at your local club that there'll be a lot of people that are willing to help you out. It is almost like a religion for some. Disc golfing on Sunday, disc golfing on Saturday, hey, disc golfing 7 days of the week if you can. So a lot of members will be there to help you get started, give you some recommendations on what discs you should be using, etc. You can contact them through their Facebook pages. Some have websites. Just contact them, ask them for information. So a lot of disc golf clubs sell gear. So you can go along, especially on league days. You can perhaps try the discs out before you buy them, because there's nothing worse than buying a disc online, getting home, giving it a couple of throws and then realizing it wasn't the disc that you wanted. Also, prices are quite good at local clubs and you're helping to support your local club. One local disc golf club that I do want to highlight, who has a very excellent website, is Melbourne Disc Golf Club. So they have over 300 discs for sale on their site with individual photos of each disc and weights, and their prices are reasonable, starting around the mid $20 mark. Shipping to Australia-wide is around about $12 for 3 discs, and generally the website is very snappy and working very well. So our Melburnians down there are having it tough at the moment in lockdown, so why not jump on there and give them a bit of support. Just one note with the Melbourne Disc Golf Club is when I visit the site with my computer, I do get a notice, a malware warning, because it says the site is running some outdated web server software. So probably not a big issue, but just something to keep an eye on. And maybe that's something for the Melbourne Disc Golf Club to have a look at. So moving on to number 2, and sticking with Victoria, we're moving on to Portal Disc Sports. Portal Disc Sports started in 2017, and it has a wide range of products, including disc golf discs, throwing discs, dog discs, bags, accessories, ultimate catch discs, etc. The website itself has a very nice appearance. It is running a little bit slow. It runs on a WordPress site, and as such it can be a little bit non-responsive at times, and I have found the site pages are very, very slow to load, but otherwise very, very good information on the pages. There's a very wide range of brands available from most of the manufacturers, so this is a very good source of discs. And at the moment they have close to 300 different discs in stock. There's probably more than that because there's different weights, plastics and versions, but 300 different models. So that's a very wide range of products there. Prices are very competitive, starting at around $20 up to the $30 mark. And the website itself, the main feature that I like is the fact that you can see exactly what disc you're going to be receiving. So you can go on and you can click on the different plastics, the weights and the color, and you can see a photo of the disc that you're going to be getting. So there's no guesswork involved in what color you're going to receive or what disc. Shipping is, you've got a number of options there. So I do like Portal Disc Sports that they have, they use courier shipping through Sendle, or the option is there. And you can also use Australia Post if you wish, but I've had very good experiences with their courier delivery. Portal Disc Sports will usually try and ship the same day or next day, and delivery is usually the day after shipping for me in Sydney from Geelong. They also have their Portal Rewards program. So for every time you buy some gear from Portal Disc Sports, you'll receive Portal points, which you can redeem for vouchers in future. So you might receive 40 or 50 points for each disc, and then once you've received 500 Portal points, you can redeem that for a $5 voucher. My experience with the team at Portal Disc Sports has been excellent. We had an issue with courier delivery on a very early delivery, and now the team there at Portal Disc Sports, they put a map on the back of all my deliveries, and they remember each time I don't need to ask them, so that's just excellent. So great stuff from Portal Disc Sports. So Portal Disc Sports also has reviews of discs, a small number of reviews on their site, so that can be very useful to refer to. And they're also a very strong supporter of Australian disc golf. They are a whole sponsor at numerous events around Australia. So moving across Bass Strait now into Tasmania. And in South Hobart, we have Discology, probably the oldest disc golf company in Australia. If anybody knows one that's been operating longer, please let me know down in the comments. But Discology started off in 1999 by Richard Sampson, who was originally in the UK. He started disc golfing in 1995 and started up his own disc golf store in the UK there in 1999. Richard moved to Hobart in 2004 and he moved the Discology site down under. He has also a wide range of products from discs, ultimate discs, baskets, bags, accessories, etc. He also offers coaching and course design services. So Richard's been a big promoter of disc golf in Tasmania. The site itself is very simplistic and basic, but it gets the job done. You can very quickly go through, browse the product range, and grab what you want to get. Richard likes to keep around about 1,000 to 2,000 discs on stock. As I checked on his website, he has 200 discs up there at the moment with, of course, different versions of those models. So they're a very good wide range of products from different manufacturers. He also covers the main brands that you would expect, and prices are quite reasonable, very similar to Portal Disc Sports. Discology tries to ship discs on the same day or next day, and they use Australia Post for delivery. Again, reasonable delivery costs there if you're in Australia. So Discology, great site. Richard has 25 years of playing experience and 21 years of selling gear, and he sees himself as a reliable and trustworthy site for selling gear in Oz. Now on to number 4, and moving back to the mainland and moving across to South Australia, in particular Mount Gambier, where we have OzDiscs, which started up in 2017. And they have really jumped in and have been a strong supporter of Australian disc golf and very big at the Australian Disc Golf Championships in 2019. OzDiscs specialise only in disc golf gear, so none of this ultimate or catch disc stuff. It's just disc golf. The site is very good. It's reliable, it's fast, it's responsive, and another WordPress site, but operating on a very good server. As of the time I checked the site, there was close to 300 discs showing up on the website, but it's a bit difficult to actually determine the actual whether discs are actually in stock. Sometimes you can go through and it looks like a disc is there. You click on it, you go through all the options, and you'll just find that a disc is not in stock. There's no disc photos on these ones, so you can select your plastic and your weight. You can put in a color preference, but it's sort of a bit of a lucky dip there. The other great thing about OzDiscs is they have a good selection of bags and other accessories. So you've got a wide range there from different manufacturers. The team also offer course design services as well, and they're starting to get into selling gear for disc golf courses. So you can buy tee markers, tee pads, baskets, etc. So the company stocks about 1,500 discs. They started off partnering with Prodigy, but now they buy in discs from MVP, Innova, Latitude 64, etc., all the main brands. They try to ship the same day or the next day, and you've got the usual options of Australia Post. If you are in Mount Gambier, they are also open to you coming and visiting them and having a look at their stock. Just give them a contact through their website or through the Facebook page, and they'll be happy to show you around. So AusDiscs is also a huge supporter of Australian disc golf, as we mentioned. They have a club reward program. So if you're buying discs, 5% of your purchases can go back to your club. At the moment, it's only showing 3 clubs are part of the program. So if your club is not part of it, jump on there and chase up your club and get them to join the AusDiscs Club Rewards program. It's a great program. So also AusDiscs have offered a great little giveaway, a $20 voucher. So stay tuned to the end of this video to see how you can win that. On to number 5, and moving our way across the Nullarbor Plain to Western Australia, where we have a thriving disc golf scene. And we're going to start with Dude Clothing. So Dude Clothing started out as a business of Chris Finn, and he's taken it to the world with a great product. So this is not discs, these are clothes. So we're looking at shirts, jackets, pants, hoodies, hats, etc. Great quality products, and they're out there, they're designed for disc golfers. So buying or going to the Dude Clothing website, it's very schmick, very responsive, looks great, got some great ambassadors on there, and great selection of clothing. The only problem, of course, being is that this site is based in the US. They ship out of Minneapolis. So for us guys in Oz, the shipping costs can be a bit of a problem. But if you want to buy in Australia, you can go to Chris's other website, so frisbeeshop.com.au. So the Frisbee shop was selling discs up until recently. It looks like that business has decided to not concentrate so much on discs, but you can still order baskets. There's a good selection of baskets for sale. There's also the Dude Clothing range, and we can get it shipped at reasonable prices, so much less than if we were buying off the Dude Clothing website. So Frisbee Shop, they do ship same day or next day, and they have the options of, again, a courier, so you can send your gear through Sendle, which is a little bit cheaper than Australia Post. And also with Sendle, I find it, they're using courier companies like Couriers Please and Aramex, or it used to be called Fastway. They're a lot quicker than Australia Post, so yeah, Sendle's a great option. So check out Frisbee Shop, and if you're also in need of course design services, Chris can help you out there as well. So again, Frisbee Shop, great site. Moving on to number 6. So I can't go through my top 10 without recommending 2 great down under disc golf manufacturing companies. So starting in Australia, we have Fourth Circle Designs. They're based up in Queensland. They've only just started off, and they've got 2 discs out. They've got the Taipan and they've got the Dingo. So they are both very overstable discs. I have thrown the Taipan for a while. A good long range disc for fighting the wind. Haven't tried out the Dingo yet, but yeah, I've heard good things about it. So keep an eye out for them. You can buy these discs off their website in Australia, but they're also stocked through some of our other retailers that we've mentioned. And secondly, the other great disc manufacturer down under is RPM Discs in New Zealand. So RPM's been running for a number of years now. They have a good range of about 10 discs from putters through mid-ranges through to drivers and long bombers. So check them out. Great New Zealand brand, and well worth having a look at. And so again, you can also go to the RPM Discs website in New Zealand, and you can buy through them direct and have it shipped to Australia or New Zealand. Moving on to number 7, and now we're going to swim across the ditch to New Zealand. So something that I haven't thought of until this video popped up, but there's a number of retailers in New Zealand that are well worth looking at. So first of all, we have Disc Shop in New Zealand. They are a smallish site. They only have a smaller number of the main brands, so Innova, Latitude 64, etc. Their site is very neat looking. They also sell other gear as well, including grip EQ bags. So if you're into a grip EQ bag, in the down under area, they are the best person probably to have a look at. They stock them at a decent price. The only issue with Disc Shop is that if you're in Australia, they're shipping, they only ship via courier. So you're looking at around about $40 plus. So probably not worth looking at if you're going to be buying 2 or 3 discs. But if you're going to be buying a grip EQ bag and 4 or 5 discs, then it might be worth looking at. The next site in New Zealand that we're going to have a look at is Small Planet Disc Sports. So they have a very good website. It is very professional, and they have, again, mainly the main brand. So they're stocking Discraft, RPM, Fourth Circle discs, Innova, and Latitude 64. But they actually have a very large number of discs, over 450 discs. And again, you can go in there and you can see details of the disc before you buy them. Shipping from Small Planet Disc Sports to Australia is not bad. So for less than 5 discs, the shipping costs only $15, which is comparable to perhaps what you might be paying with Australia Post. And if you want to get track shipping, you're looking at $32 for. Our final store in New Zealand that's worth having a look at is Vortica Sport. They also have a wide range of discs, and their shipping is around about $26.50 for 3 discs, and that's again via Australia Post. They have around about 200 discs on their site, and they have a slightly larger range. So they also have Axiom, Discmania, MVP, and a few more that the other New Zealand retailers don't have. Moving on to option number 8, and this is not a disc golf store by any means, but Amazon is probably one of the world's largest retailers, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, it's definitely worth having a look at for buying disc golf discs. I only looked at them recently, and their costs, the price of the discs themselves might be a little bit more expensive than local retailers, but when you factor in the free shipping, then you can get yourself a really good deal. And if you're in Australia and you're buying from Amazon US through Prime, you get free international shipping for anything over $49. So recently I purchased 5 or 6 discs from Amazon Prime, and they were delivered a lot cheaper than anywhere else I could have got them. They gave me access to discs that I couldn't find in Australia. And the hilarious thing is that they all arrived in separate packages. So instead of sending a package of 6 discs, I received individual packs over a number of different days. So I might receive 1 disc on one day and then 2 separate packs on the next day, and so on. So Amazon Prime, if you are a member, definitely worth having a look at. Moving on to number 9, and now we're moving out into the wide world and mainly to the US. So I've had dealings with 3 retailers in the US, which we're going to run through. So first of all, Gotta Go, Gotta Throw. So these guys stock a large range of discs and of all the major brands. So very wide range. Their disc prices are relatively cheap when you convert to Aussie dollars. The only thing that will get you will be the shipping. So shipping, if we're looking at 3 discs, for example, you're looking at 36 Aussie dollars for US Postal Service delivery. And that can take some time at the moment. I've ordered some gear from Gotta Go, Gotta Throw. It took about 5 weeks to deliver. There was an issue with Australia Post, lost it within a couple of kilometres of my house. But eventually it got delivered. So about 5 weeks delivery. So if it's not urgent, if you can wait, and if you're after a specific disc that you can't find in Oz, then perhaps look at Gotta Go, Gotta Throw. The next site in the US I'm having a look at is Marshall Street's Disc Sports, just down the road from Gotta Go, Gotta Throw actually. So they have a very large range. Their website itself can be a little bit finicky. It hangs, it crashes. Sometimes you go into some of the pages and the pages don't load properly. I've experienced a few minor issues, etc., with stock levels. So I've ordered some things and then the team have come back to me and said, oh, we actually don't have stock of that item. Can you, we'll substitute it for something else. The great thing about Marshall Street's Disc Sports is that they have photos of all their discs and they weigh every disc as well. So you can see a photo of the disc on the scales and what the weight is, and they weigh it down to 0.1 of a gram. They ship discs out as well using US Postal Service. Prices are very similar. So for 3 discs, you're looking at around about 36 Aussie dollars, and it goes up about $5 for every disc. Again, not probably worth it unless you're buying a large number of discs. And again, the delivery time is about 5 to 6 weeks. And then our final US website is Infinite Discs, probably the largest retailer of discs in the world. If you go into their website, they have a large number of reviews. So the site itself is a great review site. If you're interested in discs for a specific role, you can go in here, look at the reviews and see what people are saying about the certain discs. Then they've got a large number of options for each different disc. In some cases, they might have 70 different options available for a single disc. And you can go in there, select your color, your weight, etc. Shipping, same as the other two. You're looking at around about the mid-30s to buy 3 discs and have them shipped down under. And again, you'll be expecting probably a 4 to 6 week wait for delivery. And finally, we've reached our number 10. And this is a Facebook group that I'm going to recommend. So Plastic Stacks, have a look for them on Facebook. They're an Australian group where you'll need to join, and you can go in there and you can buy, swap, sell discs. So if you're a bit like me, you've got 5, 10, 80 discs sitting down in the garage in a bucket or a box, and you don't know what to do with them, jump onto Plastic Stacks and sell them off. So there'll be people out there that possibly might be looking for stuff. Or likewise, if you're just looking for a specific disc, be part of the group, and some great sort of discs pop up on Plastic Stacks every now and again. So to round out our review, I've just popped up here a table showing the main sites that we've discussed from our local clubs through to our US sites, and it just shows you what manufacturers are available through the different companies. So you can see the US sites have a lot more options available there. So if you're looking for a specific brand that maybe you can't find down under, then the US sites might be an option to have a look at. Also, I want to just pop up here a price comparison. So I went and had a look for a disc that's pretty popular at the moment, a Ricky Wysocki Star Destroyer. And these have all been converted to Aussie dollars. So these are the individual prices on the different websites. So our Aussie websites, we're looking at around about the $25 mark. New Zealand, very similar when you convert to Aussie dollars, so around that $25 mark. If you go to the US, you're going to be paying a little bit less. So you're looking maybe 20 Aussie dollars, but you've got to factor in that extra shipping. And then finally at the bottom, Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime, 28 Aussie dollars. But remember, if you're buying more than 49 Aussie dollars, then shipping is free. So you buy 3 discs, then it becomes quite a good offer. So just to have a look at that. So if we were to pick 3 premium discs and have them shipped, so these are shipped to me in Sydney. As I mentioned before, if you live in Upper Mugumba, then you may be paying a little bit more for shipping and a bit longer. But so our Aussie sites, we're looking at around about the high 80s to low 90s. In New Zealand, there's a wide range there from Small Planet Disc Sports, so around the same price, around that $90 mark, up to 120 almost for Disc Shop. And then we go to our US sites. So the 3 there, they're all very, very similar priced in the mid 90s. So a little bit more than the Aussie sites. And then Amazon Prime is the big winner there at the bottom with, if you buy 3 premium discs, ship for free, and this assumes that you're a Prime member, $84. So this just sort of shows that you need to shop around, have a look, and make sure you factor in the costs of shipping. So hopefully you found this video useful and the information in it. If you know of any other retailers out there, as we mentioned, I'm sure I've missed a few. If you've got a favorite retailer, drop a comment down below, let us know, and perhaps we'll follow up with a review on a future video. So before we go, we have a giveaway thanks to Ozdiscs in Mount Gambier, a $20 vouchers on offer. So we're going to be running this competition over the next 4 weeks. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get 4 entries into the competition, and that includes anyone who's already subscribed. So if you're already a subscriber, you're already in the competition. Also, if you leave a comment on any of the videos over the next few weeks, you'll also get an entry for commenting in the video. And finally, before we go, if you're finding these videos useful, please give it a like. And don't forget to share it with your other disc golf buddies as well. And also, if you've got any other comments, please leave it down below. And if you didn't like the video, let me know. Catch you next time.